What's up, everybody? You are now tuning into From the East Side with Love. As always, it's your boy Kosher. Today we got some NFL news, some basketball news, and I might just touch on some UFC news. When I'm going to talk about the NFL, I'm going to actually use this episode to really, most of the time, talk about the number one pick of the 2025 draft, and that's Cam Ward. People would say he's underrated. People will say, like, hey, he hasn't had a lot of media coverage, so on and so forth, flying under the radar. I would agree. I would say that there hasn't been a lot of media coverage for this man. I would say that he is being overlooked for the Shadors, the Jackson Darts, the Dylan Gabriels, so on and so forth. So this episode, because yes, I am a Tennessee fan, but again, he is also the number one pick. So it's okay for me to talk about the number one pick because it's literally the number one pick. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I got to talk about my team. I got to talk about the number one pick. You guys get to hear some news about how the number one pick is doing if you guys don't know already. He's played maybe a total of 7 series, hasn't had any touchdowns yet, but these are the plays that we've been able to see so far from him. Let's look at this right here. We'll watch it one more time. Okay, so as Chase Daniel says right there, you guys can see this throw won't be in the stats, but holy hell, Cam Ward. So this was a second preseason game. This is against the Atlanta Falcons. That ball was thrown to Van Jefferson, who is a veteran receiver. I've heard, as a receiver, when you're getting paid to catch the ball, you got to make the tough ones. If you look closely, that ball hit Van Jefferson twice in the hands. But don't fret. Cam Ward took responsibility. He went up to Van Jefferson and asked, how should I throw that ball? Do you want it on your chest? Do you want it on your hands? Obviously, it looks like Van Jefferson wanted it on his chest. So Cam Ward took accountability and responsibility and was like, all right, I will next time try to get it on your chest, because it looked like, if you want to say, he got let out a little bit too far. A lot of people want Van Jefferson to be cut for that. Could have been a touchdown. Definitely a huge gain. But this is the kind of promise that Cam Ward has shown. These are the kind of throws that it's like, dang, like Cam Ward is something special. I'm going to look at this last tweet right here about Cam Ward. Let's look at this right here.
Ward continues to look like a franchise quarterback in the making. And honestly, the more I watch him in these pro settings, the more I believe in him to pan out. If you looked at the box score, you'd see a 28% completion percentage in a preseason game. But the reality is that Cam was putting his guys in a...
So that was the backside pause of the throw that you just seen earlier.
Position to make plays all night and just getting unspectacular results, to say the least. I think what makes him special is how casually and quickly he flicks the football to any area of the field. Here, he makes the right read off of play action to the deep crosser, puts good touch on that away from all the defenders, but Van Jefferson didn't catch it. Now, luckily for Cam, in the regular season, Calvin Ridley and Mr. Sliding Catch himself, Tyler Lockett, will be his veteran targets, and in all likelihood, that one's getting reeled in for a chunk gain. Now, when it comes to the Titans' rookie receivers like DK and Elik Iomanor, you can't expect them to be perfect out there. But I do like this process from Cam on 3rd and long. He gets the ball out on time to the deep hitch. He throws a bullet. It's just a chemistry thing. He didn't know where DK was quite going to settle down. I think the schematic key to success for Cam early on is going to be for Brian Callahan to spread it out and let Cam Ward pick his matchups. That's what he loves to do. On this play, he adjusted the route concept pre-snap, but immediately darted the out route for a chunk gain on 2nd and long to make it 3rd and manageable. That right there is good quarterbacking, an in-structure rhythm that you want to see from him. His final throw of the day was another good read on a spread concept. He sees man coverage pre-snap, and post-snap, he made the right read to throw to the slot fade, which is always a good man beater. It just didn't get caught. He really dropped this one in the bucket, but Elik Iomanor understandably got dogged by a veteran corner. It's going to take time, but I like what I'm seeing from Cam.
All right, Elite Takes, thank you for that breakdown. I want you guys to see how Cam Ward is being viewed by this guy named Dove Kleiman. He has over 350 followers on X. So if you can read this with me, Shedeur Sanders, 1 game, 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Cam Ward in 2 preseason games, 7 of 15, 119 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Shedeur is the future, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay. So a little misconception. I believe Shedeur played this whole first preseason game, and Ward only played like 7 snaps, possibly. So, you know, it's not necessarily apples to apples, more like apples to oranges. And Shedeur is in a tough QB battle with, I think, 4 other quarterbacks literally on that team, where we already know what Ward is. He's the number 1. He's QB number 1. Now, I'm a huge Shedeur fan. I actually wanted him on the Titans. But after I saw more of Ward's tape, the conviction grew stronger and stronger. And I'm rooting for both the kids, no doubt. But obviously, Ward's on my team. So I want Ward to do well. And I believe he can. I believe he's showing the promise of a number 1 pick. And I believe that he is giving us what Titans fans have been missing for a long time. As long as he's upright, yeah, he's going to make mistakes. Obviously, he's going to be a rookie, and obviously he's a quarterback. He's not perfect. But, so, there'll be interceptions, there'll be picks, whatever. But I think we got this one. I think the Titans have one. I think he can be franchised. Is he Jordan Love? Is he Joe Burrow? Is he Patrick Mahomes? Time will tell. There's these comparisons that just been happening. But again, this kid has something, and I think he needs to be recognized more by the media, but it's okay. Actions speak louder than words. So, speaking about Shedeur, this guy, Dylan Gabriel, who got picked before him, started the second preseason game. Let's listen to what he has to say about his assessment.
It's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
And then here is him trying to clean up what he had to say.
There's a quote that you said, there's entertainers and competitors, and I'm a competitor, and I understand there's entertainers. What context is that quote given?
All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times, so definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said.
So you were referring to media as the entertainer?
Yeah, I just said that.
Can you, and just to clarify, I think, how social media is, I think some people are trying to take that as something that you probably did not mean it as. Some people are trying to make it out to be sort of a shot at Shador. Can you just explain?
Yeah, first off, I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting, but for me, I've explained it, entertainers are you all, competitor, that's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do, so that's it.
So right here, he definitely entertained us right here
Gabriel
as a
has been
competitor.
very good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Now it's a foot race, and that is that. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Andrew Makuba.
One more time.
Gabriel has
Got
been
it at
very
sea.
good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Now it's a foot race, and that is that. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Andrew Makuba.
So I'm not going to like really nitpick. Again, it's a preseason. He is a rookie. Mistakes happen. He throws a pick six. He also loses a fumble in his first preseason start. Entertaining, to say the least. Now he says the media entertainers. He's a job to be a competitor. People are taking it as a slight at Shador. As we know, Shador likes to have other hobbies outside of football that he's very passionate about, whether it's rapping or whatnot. And there has been a lot of scrutiny behind Shador that his passion isn't football and football solely. Like, you can't have other hobbies. But once you're a quarterback, once you're trying to be a leader of men, there's a lot of ideologies and things that people just can't get past, whether it's legit or not. It is what it is, I guess, as you could say it. But so Shador has to be able to. That's coming. Like the criticism for those things are coming, especially if he has bad games. But it doesn't help when your own teammates are taking shots at you. And you're literally in a quarterback duel. Like, there's like 4 quarterbacks on that team trying to vie for the number 1 spot, which I think it might just be Joe Flacco. So, and Deshaun Watson's coming back from injury as well. So, yeah, I don't know what he truly meant by that. He says it wasn't a dig at his teammate. You make of it as you will. I'll let the fans decide. But his showing wasn't the greatest, and to say that amongst all that is, you know. I'm gonna switch to basketball real quick. I'm a Laker fan, so this entertained me. Not entertained, but this sparked my
bija 20 par punktos Latvijas
I like to show
pret Lietuvu. 5 spēlētāji bija 20 par punktos Latvijas valstīm. Kristers Zorigs parāda kārtīgu Jaunpils spēku. Viens pats ar pleciņu, 2 noliek gar zemi.
Dončić kalibojot ir piecēlies kājās, neliek svaru uz labās kājas. Tagad groza arī apsēžās Dončić, prasa maiņu.
Now Luka appears to
domāju,
be
ka visi
injured.
Slovenijas
That's Luka's
basketbolisti
father right there.
Fanu sirds ir nenormālā tempā sākušas sisties.
The exhibition game.
Tas varbūt, ka cels celī dabūja, kādreiz ir tā, ka ļoti asas sāpes ir pirmajā momentā no tā sasituma, bet, pēc tam tas atlaiž un viss ir kārtībā.
Katrā ziņā pats dodās ar saviem spēkiem rezervis soliņu virzienā. Uz Krovāts.
Jā, Krovāts uzkrita, tur tiešām tāda neveiksmīga sadursme. Mareks tur cīnās ar Luku Dončiču. Šie ir tādi momenti, kas var tiešām bēdīgi beigt.
They playing over there, because that did not look like a basketball play. That looked like they were trying to go after the man. But he avoided serious knee injury. A serious knee injury. and he was cooking. 26 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds in the first half only before the injury happened. But then his team was down by looked like 16. Don't know if they ended up winning. This is his home country. But yeah, this was a little scary, but it looks like Luka managed to get on the other side of it. So something to watch for. And we definitely need a healthy Luka to contend this year, with this being possibly LeBron's last year on the Lakers, possibly last year period in the NBA. Last but not least, I didn't really talk about this card too much, but Khamzat Chimaev is now the new middleweight champion, and he almost had as many significant strikes as DDP had strikes in general. It was 5 rounds of ground and pound, I guess, or dominance. Controlled the fight literally. This isn't that good of a stat. 32 strikes were counted as significant over the 529, but it was. I mean, DDP had nothing for Khamzat. Khamzat literally would strike for 2 seconds and take him to the ground and keep him on the ground. So now he's a new champ. There are some matchups that I am interested in for Khamzat. But he is still the boogeyman, and he has relentless takedowns, and so something to note. Something to note. Anyway, guys, thank you for staying with me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please support. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the new followers. The social media is on top. Kosher FTESWL on X and on TikTok. From the East Side with Love _ to each word on IG. From the East Side with Love 562 on YouTube. I also stream on Twitch. That's Kosher FTESWL on Twitch. If you guys like to play video games or like to just watch streamers, I'm on there as well. Definitely love to interact with y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. Stay blessed. Stay positive. We out. Peace.